Hi everyone, Dr. Ernie from Pain Free and Fit. Today, a great stretch for those of you with lumbar or lower back facet arthropathy, facet arthritis, joint pain. We're going to be talking about a simple stretch that you can do either first thing in the morning as a warm-up or during your workday by standing at your desk for just a few moments and decompressing your lower back. Hope you enjoy. Keep in mind that all facet arthropathy and joint pain exercises are not the same. Your best results will always come from those exercises that are most specific for your problem. I can't tell you how many patients and online clients I've helped that are performing exercises before they come to me that are only aggravating their lower back pain because they're increasing their muscle imbalances and asymmetries that are applying stress to their facet joints. Even though they may feel better initially because motion across a facet joint can dampen pain short term, they're aggravating their pain and making it worse, degenerating more of that cartilage with the inappropriate exercises. So today we're going to be talking about a specific stretch that's great for facet syndrome, facet arthropathy, facet joint pain that's aggravated with extension or increasing the arch or lordosis in our lower back. Meaning that if you lean backwards with your upper back, your pain is aggravated, or if you increase the pelvic tilt anteriorly, raising your tailbone and lowering your pubic bone, that arch is also increased and pain is worsened. This typically happens when we wear high-heeled shoes because that rocks the pelvis forward, or walk downhill, but can also happen after we've been sitting for a while or laying down, let's say first thing in the morning or after sitting and working for a while. We go and stand up and it's tough to get erect. That arch doesn't want to increase and get into extension because we're irritating those facet joints by compressing them together. This stretch helps to undo that. So to begin, in a standing position, rock your pelvis posteriorly, the opposite of what's going to increase the arch, meaning you're going to tuck your tailbone slightly under, pubic bone up, and at the same time, to focus the stretch on one side, let's say my right side, bend your right knee. By bending your right knee, that will help to lower your right hip compared to your left and will open up that facet joint, giving it a little more breathing room and decompress it. You can also push your hips or turn your pubic bone away from the side of the bent knee. So if I want to emphasize this stretch on my right facet joint, I'd be bending my right knee and turning my pubic bone to the left. That in relation to the upper body will allow my right shoulder to come back, which you can also do to augment this stretch, and you'll feel a nice decompression effect in the right side of your lower back. Now you can hold that statically for 30 seconds, 60 seconds to let all the muscles in the area stretch out, both globally and intrinsic. Or you can use it as a mobilization, meaning that you'd only hold the position for 3 seconds, let's say, at a time, and then come out of it and apply it again. You can do this to both sides if you have facet pain on both sides, simply by alternating right and left sides. However, if you have one side that's worse, you want to focus on stretching that one side. This exercise can be enhanced with an advanced version that I'll share next. To increase the distractive or decompressive force with this stretch, you can take a belt or a strap and bring it into your lower back. You're trying to hook it into right underneath those bones in your lower back. And you can experiment by moving the strap up and down, let's say a half an inch at a time, to feel where you feel in your lower back, the stretch or the pull, target your pain and where you feel the most relief. At that level, you'll use your arms on the strap to push upwards. And you'll notice I'll do this by simply moving my elbows forward and cocking my wrists backwards. Now, even though this is going to be a distractive or upwards force, what you'll notice is it helps to produce a little bit of extension. It helps to pull my shoulders back a little bit, which is good because now we're advancing this stretch to include a little bit more extension, which you'll need when the stretch is over for your daily tasks, but with the distractive force associated with the stretch. So I'm tucking my tail under, I'm bending that knee, let's say again I'm going to target this on my right side, and turning my hips or pubic bone to the left as I pull up. Again, I can use this as a static stretch, 30 to 60 second hold, or use it as a mobilization, going in and out of the motion slowly and holding the stretch for 3 seconds at a time, performing 5 to 12 repetitions. So with your doctor's permission, plug this exercise into your home stretching routine and let me know how you make out. Questions or comments, write in. As always, I'll do my best to answer. Give me a thumbs up to help share this valuable information with others. And remember, if you're looking for a great way to figure out how to build your own healing self-rehab program for Facet syndrome, check out our fast track program for Facet syndrome available at painfreeandfit.com.